Hi, I'm Sage Woodward, a certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. Welcome to our second episode of Coming Home to Ourselves. It's a series dedicated to the LGBT community and how Twin Flames Universe has helped members of our community come into greater harmony with themselves and with others, and especially their twin flame. So today I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming my good friend and colleague, Drake Minori. He's a certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. So Drake, welcome. And did I say that again?
I said hi.
Oh, well, hey, did I pronounce your last name right?
You did, yeah. That's awesome. A lot of people don't, so
Nice, cool.
that's good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm a linguistics person, so right on. Well, anyway, so Drake, I'd love to hear a little bit, like, I know that you came out long before you joined Twin Flames Universe, right? But could you give the listeners and viewers a bit of background about like your journey and your transition and everything, how it's been in general?
Okay. Yeah, so I came out as transgender when I was 13. So I was pretty young. And at first, my parents were like a little uneasy about it. They thought it was kind of just a phase, that it wasn't really like a real thing that was going on with me. But as I started like moving more and transitioning more, they realized like, no, he's for real. And they were just really supportive. All of my family members were really supportive and loving. So it was a huge blessing. But I was younger than 13 when I knew. I think it was like 6, and it was just an inner thing. Kind of, I was walking around like I don't fit in with all these other people. This is how I feel, and my body's not showing this. I don't feel good, but because I was so young, it was hard to express that.
Mm.
So it made me like just really depressed and alone. But as soon as I came out, that depression just kind of washed away, because I had I was me. I wasn't the person that I was trying to be.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been beautiful. I'm 20 now, so yeah, a lot of support. I've never really run into anybody that was just horrible to me or called me names or unsupportive. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been really blessed. Yeah, God's blessed me with a lot of support. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful to hear, So, and then yeah, so you've been supportive to yourself, I guess, that whole time. But I'm curious to know more about like, yeah, how did you feel, like what was back when, like, you knew you were trans, you knew you were a man, but and back when you came out and everything, like what emotions did you experience in that journey?
Mm. Well, before I came out, it was more like I felt there was this part of me that I was hiding, and I didn't really know what it was. Just kind of just going around in life like something doesn't feel right. Like this doesn't feel right. And I would never like fit in with women anyways. Like I would always have guy friends, do guy stuff. There really was no feminine energy in me. Like I had long hair, but if you looked at me, you would be like, that's a guy. It was from the beginning. Um, I guess I embodied it, but I wasn't aware of it until I was 13. Because I remember coming across the video, and they were explaining how, oh, well, this person's transgender, and I'm like, huh, what's that word? So I looked it up and I read it, and it was like a light bulb clicked, and I said, oh, this is what I'm going through. Like, this is me. And it was just like, it was a relief like through my whole entire body, because this is what I was looking for. Kind of like when I found Jeff and Shalia, it was like this just wave of, oh, finally, like I have an answer. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that. That was beautiful, so sweet. Yeah, that's
Thank
just,
you.
oh, you're welcome. So I had I was just relating to that because I I remember seeing like one video of like a transgender woman, and she really, you know, at the time I was just how she was expressing herself, I was just really like disgusted and turned off and like ashamed, and I was like, you know, I'm glad I'm not that, but turns out I was wrong. But so I reacted very adversely, you know. But did you have any of those reactions? Like, did you meet any trans people before you came out, and did they give you any sort of encouragement, or did you see any example or idol in your life of self-acceptance?
Hmm. Yeah, it was it was a YouTuber I was watching, and I didn't know he was trans until somebody was talking about it.
Mhm.
But I watched him, and I used him as like a role model too, and he helped me with what I was going through, because we kind of had a similar story. So it was beautiful. And my middle name, it's funny because I took my middle name, because we have the same middle name, but that's why I had my middle name was because of him. But it fit perfectly, you know. It wasn't like I was trying to steal his name, but when you say Drake Kyle Minori, like that just fits. But
Perfection.
yeah, it was kind of
Beautiful.
just, yeah, God helped me through this person. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, because I remember going to like True Colors and Pride, even when I, you know, it wasn't transitioned, and just seeing people living like who they were, it made me feel more supported and safe to just be who I was.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. I just love that, how like he helped you with your name, you
Mm.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
um so yeah, what other help did you have in terms of like, you know, how did you like come to clarity about like who you were, and how did
Mm.
you finally like work up the courage to, you know, like,
Mm.
because at the time you didn't have TFAS in the work. So I'm curious,
Right.
back then, how did you realize it, one, and two, how did you finally overcome all the resistance and just say, you know what, fuck it, it's time to come out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think what actually helped me realize it too is I used to play these games, like online video games, and my name would always be Drake. I don't know why, but it's just when I said create your username, I just put Drake, and
Oh,
that was always like who I was when I went on the video game. And you know, I was a guy, and doing that on the internet was just like, it felt so right. Like I felt like I was living my life on the internet instead of in real life.
mm-hmm.
And when I really came to terms with it, it was like the contrast was getting so bad that I was just like, I need to make this change, or else or else something, you know, is just never going to get better. And it was like my breaking point almost. I remember I was fighting with my parents, and I was just like, they're like, why are you so depressed? Like, what's going on? Just yelling at me. And I broke down, and it was just, you know, I told them I said, I'm transgender, and I just screamed it. And they were like, what? And they're like, oh, what does that mean? And I said, I'm a guy. I want to be a guy. And they're like, huh. They said, okay. Cause it was kind of, you know, I was always a tomboy. So it wasn't like a surprise,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I was just at my breaking point. I was so sad. I was so depressed. And I knew that if I didn't like tell them, it would have just gotten worse, you know? So yeah, it was just a lot of contrast, and then I made a new choice.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that was so sweet. um
Yeah.
yeah, so you know how so I feel like, you know, socially there's kind of this it probably depends on the situation, but oh, hold on a second, my internet is coming out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually, what direction do we want to go? Yeah. No, I just want to share too with my middle name. I remember, so my middle name was Alexander, like my given name, supposedly. But
Right.
I was like, well, I like that. So I like the principle of it. I was like, instead of being named after the conqueror, I'll be named after the city, Alexander the Great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was very self-absorbed because, I mean, he's the same person as Hitler and Kim Jong-un. So he named,
Right.
yeah, and my mom was like, he's so admirable, I'm going to name my son after Alexander the Great. But the conquering thing is awesome. So I was like, I'll just be the conquered, the city, the jewel of Alexander instead. And I changed to Alexandria. And it just dawned on me when you were saying this that when I was in high school, I was crowned the prom king, and the prom queen, her name was Alexandria, spelled exactly the same as my name. So not only were there really two prom queens, but they both had the same name in a way, in spiritual truth.
That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like it's like too funny. And I wasn't aware of that until now. So thank you for sharing that. That helped me, connect the
Yeah.
wires there. So
Mhm.
yeah. What else do I want to say here? I don't know. Well, I just want to share too that, like, for me, this journey's been really fun. Like, to me, it's just fucking fun being trans and being like, I get to like make a whole new sense of like selfhood and like explore who I am and get to know myself and like co-create this identity with like God and what inspires me. Like, what do I like? How do I want to dress? How do I want to walk, talk? And I'm just curious how you feel about the whole journey overall. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love it too because it's just I'm always exploring and discovering new parts of myself.
Mm.
It's always coming up. I never really pictured myself as like this strong, powerful person,
Mm.
but you know, coming into my masculinity more and like embodying that, I feel it, and I get to express myself in the way that I want, and I feel like that's beautiful, because I can say, oh well, I chose everything about myself, right? Like I chose my name,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God did, but through me, I chose my name, and just I'm still creating myself, and it's beautiful, I remember I was afraid when I first came out. I was like, I don't want people to like make fun of me. I'm scared, but now it's just, it doesn't matter. Like we're not different from everybody else. We're all human beings. Like it doesn't matter. We're just a little different, a little, I don't know what the word is. Not special, but like um, more self-made. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like
Yeah, you're literally, it's
more
funny
effort,
because, what?
more like, we've experienced like both sides, like
Mm-hmm.
we've experienced the transition into coming into our true selves rather than just already being that. Does that make sense? Like discovering.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, well, I just, I mean, yes, and so, everyone has a unique experience that is actually, I mean, I feel like it's a bit of like separation to say that we're like, because everybody has to come into their true selves. I mean,
Right.
everybody has illusions. I feel like that's a bit of a block. I mean, because yeah, we all have
Mhm.
to overcome these notions of who we think we are. Like people, we think we're poor, we think we're not divine, whatever. We think we just happen to have this illusion that you thought you were a girl when you were a boy. I thought I was a man when I was a woman, or was a,
Yeah.
and it happened to be presented in the way of the body and how we literally named and identified ourselves. But dude, I've met some women who literally say like, man, I wish I had a penis so I could like bend someone over a barrel and just fuck them, you know, because they feel like
Right.
they're powerless as a woman. Or I've met men who are just like running for their masculinity because they're like so scared. They're like, I can never measure up. I can't be a man. I'm going to run away and try to be feminine when they really are a man. And they have the dick too, but the dick is just the cherry on top, you know.
Right. Yeah.
The soul is the cake, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about the inner. Yeah, that's what I work through a lot, is like not having the outer appearance. You know, that's sometimes still hard for me, but then I realized like I have the outer appearance. Like it's not about something outside of me. It's about something, you know, inside of me. And I guess what I was trying to say, it's like we have just like a different journey, you know.
Sure.
And it's but we're all coming into ourselves. It's just we have a different way of how we decided to come into ourselves, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like a particular pathway. I think that's a really good question though. How have you felt in terms of like how you relate to women and how you relate to men throughout your journey? Like how was that when you first came out? We heard about how you were like before you came out. You related to men, you didn't feel like you fit in with girls. But after you came out, did you feel that like common brohood with your bros? Were you like, oh yeah, like let's go, like, you know, drink some beers and shoot some? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it was funny when I came out. I actually like I started having like more friends that were girls, which was like, I don't know, and then I would have a hard time like connecting with the men like in my high school, because they would just drink and party and like do stupid shit, and I was like, no, I don't really want to like hang out with them. But I did have like close guy friends, you know. I had like 2 or 3, but I had more friends that were girls. And I think it was just, you know, when they said, oh well, I have cramps, I could be like, oh well, I know what that feels like.
Sure.
You know, I could relate to them there. But then I can also relate to like, you know, men and what they go through, like with oh, I feel like I'm not masculine enough, or you know, power struggles. But it's just, yeah, it's yeah, I still have a little trouble relating more with men, just because it's still like I'm going into that. Like I guess it's like I don't feel comfortable with people that I don't know, like men that I don't know. Like my best friends that are guys, no, like I'm totally comfortable with them. But you know, if I'm meeting somebody for the first time, you know, I just get a little uneasy. But you know, I meet people and they just tell me like, you know, wow, like you really embody like what a man is. And you know, and they tell me like, you know, I feel like you're more masculine than, you know, cis men that I've met. And I don't say that to like be like mean in a way, but you know, when they would tell me, I'd just say, wow, I didn't know like I was embodying this, you know, more, if that makes sense. Like I didn't realize how masculine I was.
Yeah.
Like how natural it was coming, and I didn't have to really like force something.
Yeah. Wow. I thank you. Yeah, I'm sure that's really healing for a lot of people, you know. So,
Mm.
um, yeah. And how did you do that, Drake?
How did I
How
do
did
it?
you, how did you achieve that kind of naturalness, and when did you really start to feel that in your journey?
Uh, hmm. Well, to be honest, I feel like when I met my twin flame, like she really helped me. She got me out of my comfort zone a lot. Um, and just really, whew, sorry. Um,
Oh, it's
but
beautiful,
it's
Drake.
just like how she loved me. Like I just felt empowered and that I could totally be me. And it was like, not like she didn't make me feel something.
Mm,
It kind of helped me embody myself and be more confident. When I was standing next to her, I
mm,
was just like, wow, I just feel me. Like I feel so alive, like
mm,
more life. And it was just like, I dated other people, but I never had this like drive to really support the feminine like
mm,
how I supported her. It was
mhm,
just she brought this fire that I didn't really know I had in myself, and she helped me
mm,
with that. So yeah,
mhm,
it was beautiful, and she still helps me. She still drives the masculine out of me like
mhm,
all the time.
mhm,
She likes messing with me, so but it's
mhm.
good. I like it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Hmm.
Yeah, I felt the
Yeah.
same way with Angel, like, and I wasn't out as a woman when I met Angel. So it looked like it was a gay relationship, and that's what he was scared of, but it wasn't. Like, I
Hmm.
was automatically, like, following him, and, like, he was being, I don't know, just all manly and being like, blah, blah, blah. It was just so effortless. I felt the same way, like, being around my twin, I was like,
Hmm.
I felt empowered to be myself, and I was surprised how much, like, the more I expressed my true self, the more it was welcomed and encouraged. So it was a virtuous cycle of just like more and more and more. I want more, I want more. And it was beautiful. And I felt the same way about him, you know. And so the healing was immediate, you know. And that's beautiful. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. And yeah, there's this song too on my playlist from Angel's or song recommendation from him, and it doesn't play anymore on my playlist, but I know it now, and it's the
Hmm.
chorus is call 911, our house is burning down. He brings the fire anytime he comes around. You know that one?
I feel like I've heard it somewhere. Yeah, I definitely heard it. I just don't know the name of it.
Yeah, it's called 911. Yeah, and it's this reggae fusion piece. So yeah, and it just helps me like feel the the masculinity of my twin and the hotness of it and my femininity. So um and how has that been with you too? Like, you know, in terms of your twin, like the romantic aspect of your union, like how has that been, you know, given like your whole journey?
Romance.
Yeah.
Um, wow, it's been great. Like,
Mm,
as they say, as you're embodying your true self, like your twin flame is going to boom. Um, but it's been good. Like it's fiery. It's passionate. When we were together, like dating, um, we both were still like coming into, she was being more feminine and I was being more masculine, and like when the imbalance was there I could feel it.
mm-hmm,
I was very sensitive to that. But now she's really like blossoming, and just, oh, like I every time I see her I'm like, oh my god, like this
mm-hmm,
woman is gorgeous. But she's doing that because I'm choosing to go deeper with my masculinity, and that's what makes us so attracted to each other, because we're like choosing to embody that more and more.
mm-hmm.
And it's irresistible to your twin flame. Like
Oh,
they're
hell
just, "Ooh,"
yeah.
you know yeah. So it feels good, and it's just the road. Yeah, if there's an imbalance there, it it doesn't like make the romance go away, but again, when you're truly, you know, in alignment with your masculinity or your femininity, it's just, you know, instant, like, yeah, because that's, you know, that's the twin flame dynamic. So
yeah,
it's just hot. You can say that it's hot, fiery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good. That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. You know, I mean, just to know that people have twin flames, right? That everybody does, and trans people aren't an exception.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Yeah.
the lack of a penis, I'm physical. The lack of a physical cock and balls. That, what does that do to your union? Something, nothing.
No, nothing. I mean, it just, I mean, yeah, there's blocks like around that for
Yeah.
me, but you know, for her, she never mattered to her. She told me, because I remember asking her, I said, you know, how did you feel when you found out like I was transgender, like, because she met me before she knew. But she said, you know, that just made me love you more because you were different than everybody else.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like your twin flame, you know, if you're transgender, like your twin flame, it doesn't matter to them. Like they don't care. And it's what they desire. Like that's what they desire. You're exactly what they desire. And God, that's why God created you guys together, you know? So we're perfect for our twin flames. And, you know, there's probably a lot of people that, you know, just sit and say, well, how is my twin flame going to love me if I'm not this? But like, you don't have to worry. Like they love you. They're wildly attracted to you.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. And so it's beautiful, you know, how that works, like how you guys fit together perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see. What else? Did she, and your twin, you know, on your twin flame side, how did she conceptualize her sexual identity? You know what I mean? Like, did she ever think that she was gay, or that she liked women, or was she specifically attracted to trans men before having met you? You know,
Well,
like, how did that work?
well, this is where she still says this, but she's bisexual. So she like goes with both. But she was, you know, she's never dated like trans people before me. But I, like, again, I remember her telling me, she goes, you know, you're not my type at all, but like you were just so attractive. Like, I don't know what it is, but like you're perfect, like everything about you, you know, she's just like your body, like everything. And I, like, you know, when she said that to me for the first time, I was so resistant because, you know, I still had blocks, like being like, I don't feel like my body's perfect. I don't feel like, you know, I can be this perfect person for somebody. And here, you know, here it is. My twin flame is saying like, you're completely perfect for me. Like, and I just thought, wow, you know, this person really loves me. And I, you know, I never had that. I dated other people before, and it was nothing compared to her. Nothing.
Yeah. That's beautiful, Drake. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Twin flames are beautiful, you know?
Yeah, best thing in the world.
Best thing in the world. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Sexy and perfect, and every time it's just perfect. Yeah. And let me see. You know, I wanted to ask too, like, how has your twin flame helped you claim your manhood? Like, do you remember any specific events, like where it came up and she was like, "Be a man, bitch," and you're like, "Okay," you know?
Yeah. Well, she has this like very like playful side, like, you know, what does she do to me all the time? She does this. She's like, oh, so you're my bitch. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? No, that's not how it works. Like, the tables are turned. And she would always, you know, I still have blocks with, like, you know, being forward and like taking action and not control, but just taking action. And she always pushes that out of me. She's like, oh, what are you going to do about it? Like, what are you going to do? Getting in my face. Like, you know,
Very
just
masculine energy.
yeah, like, because she wants my masculine to come out, you know, like she probably wants me to push her against a wall or something, if we're speaking
Mm-hmm.
figuratively, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But she's always doing that. She's always like bringing that side out of me, because that's what she wants. She wants me to, you know, embody that fully, because she knows that's what's inside of me. So she's always pushing me, and really just like supporting me with how, you know, how I am, and accepting me for where I'm at. You know, she's not, oh, you're this, you're that, like you need to be more like this. No, it's just like a loving, hey, you know, be masculine, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
A man.
Yeah, be a man, like take me, you know, take me somewhere, just that, like, all the time. And you know, so I can't, you know, I can't not do it, you know. That's my twin flame. I'm like, all right, okay, you know, let's do it. So she's always bringing it out of me, always like helping me heal my masculinity. So it's beautiful. Like, I'm so grateful for her. She's perfect.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I love that look on your face too. You know, like when you speak about her, it's just like so, it's just so satisfied. It's deeply satisfied, you
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you know that you satisfy her too. Like, you know that it's reciprocal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful. And yeah, to know that your body is. So here's the interesting thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to being trans in the twin flame union, like your body, how it is now, the illusion is complete. How your body is like what? Insignificant. Like, but at the same time, your body, how it is now, is also completely what your twin flame desires
Mm-hmm.
right now. So it's like this perfect balance of like, how would you just, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm getting at? Like,
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, yeah, it's just exactly like I said, like she would tell me, perfect body, perfect everything, you know. Um, she would say stuff like kind of comparing me, not comparing me to other men, but like she'd be like, oh, well, you do this better than that, or like I like this better with you, like just things like that. And you know, because when I first met her, I was like, well, is she gonna care I don't have a penis, like, because that was all in my mind. But
yeah,
like, you know, she was like, no, she's like, it's easier this way. Like, you know, but
yeah,
that's what she likes, you know. Again, like, God's not gonna make my twin flame not desire me, you know. He's not gonna be like, oh no, she's just gonna desire a little bit. Like, no, we were created perfectly for each other. And yeah, it's just they don't care. Like, they don't care about the outside. Like, it's just all internal. It's all about like the love, you know.
yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I just love that though. You know, it's just so true. And I receive that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's deeply healing for me too, because, you know, my twin flame, I mean, I have met him in person,
Mm-hmm.
but I've yet to meet him in person as, you know, embodying my femininity very much like
Right.
I do now. But it's healing to like hear that from more people. And I know deep down in my heart, Angel's crazy about me and just in the
Mm-hmm.
form I am. And it's not because of, it's not like well, he's a bit of a sissy because he, you know, wants dick. It's not about
Right.
that. It's about I love you. And because I love you, I'm perfectly designed in this lifetime.
Yeah.
Love you as you are now.
Mm-hmm.
And I will love you also in this lifetime when you transition your body fully, as fully as is medically possible, given our
Yeah.
current technology, right? And it's just like,
Right.
so it's just like the most perfect love you could ever imagine. I feel like, you know, do you have any message to trans people out there who they just feel like many trans people feel like I can't have perfect love. I can't have perfect romance, you know. It'll always be a
Mm-hmm.
fetish or it'll always be shallow, or there always be some blocks or barriers to how I can love and be loved. What do you have to say to those people who have that upset, those blocks? You know?
Yeah, it's just, yeah. Well, I have to say, it's like, no, like, you will be loved. You will have it. It's real. Like, it's not something you don't get to experience. Everybody gets to experience this life, this once in a lifetime love. Well, not once in a lifetime, but like this one person for you, like forever, you know. And but it all starts with like loving yourself and really accepting yourself for who you are. Like, you like, love yourself. You're perfect. You are a creation of God. Like, God did not create you as like this imperfect person. You're everything to God, just like you're everything to your twin flame. And your twin flame and God, they just want somebody called me. But your twin flame and God, like, they just want to love you, and like, you're worthy of that love. Like, just because you're not in the body that you preferred, you know, you're still not comfortable with that, doesn't mean that you can't have somebody that loves you for who you are. You know, you can have it. It's real. Again, it's just, it's beautiful. Like, this love is so powerful, and it's for you, and you just have to choose it. You just have to choose to be loved, and trust yourself. Yeah. But it really just all starts with loving and accepting yourself, and just being you, and not caring about who loves you and who doesn't. It's just knowing that God loves you, and God wants to give you everything that you desire, and you can have that. You just have to choose it, and just feel it. Just feel how much that God loves you, how much your creator loves you, how much your twin flame loves you. Like, they're here waiting for you to just accept yourself and accept the life that you're meant to have. You know, you're not meant to struggle or suffer or be in hell. You know, that's not for you. You are here for a reason, and God created you like this for a purpose. And yeah, you don't need to be afraid of who you are, or be afraid or scared at all. Like, God's protecting you, and the only thing that's real is love, and everything else is just an illusion.
Well done. Well said. God has spoken through you. Yeah, so that was just fucking beautiful, man. Like, yeah.
Thank you.
Aces, babe. So, what else, man?
Well, what do you want to know? I can answer anything.
I want to know about, I want to know about like the difference between your journey pre-Twin Flames universe and post-Twin Flames universe.
Okay, so pre-Twin Flames universe, I had all these like false beliefs about what being a man was, and about masculinity. You know, I couldn't cry, I couldn't have emotions. I had to just be like this rock hard guy, like, yeah, I'm strong and I don't feel anything. But it, you know, that's not the case. And I found Twin Flames universe. Yeah. Yeah, and I found Twin Flames universe, and it was just like, no, you can be a man and be vulnerable and emotional. Like Jeff is the perfect example. Like, he's 100% masculine, like powerful, but he's also vulnerable and emotional, and that's the true divine masculine. And you know, it was just so relieving to know that, like, I can have emotions, I can cry and still be masculine. And you know, it's just helping me accept myself more, and really love myself more deeply, because before these tools, like, I was so numbed out to like all these parts of myself that didn't feel love. And now that I know and I'm aware, I can love myself even more. And yeah, it's a relief. It's just beautiful. And I'm thankful that I have this work, because, if I didn't, I'd probably be just like really depressed and lost. So
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm happy that you transcended it. Yeah.
me too.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, this community loves you so much too. Everyone loves you. And
Yeah.
I feel the same way too. Like everyone loves me. I mean, of course people can have their upsets, but I don't really receive a lot of that. But
Right.
and people in this community have helped me. I just want to know more about how people have helped you. Also, Jeff, if you could talk maybe in more detail about, have you seen him as like a father figure almost, and a great role model for masculinity, and how has Jeff
Yes.
helped you?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Jeff is like, when I first met Jeff, I could just feel like this like father energy. I saw him and I just got really emotional. I was like, I've never met Jeff before. Like, I don't know him like that, but it was just like I could feel God just really like loving me through him. And God always speaks like directly through Jeff, and straight to your core. And he's a role model that I look up to. Like, and Jeff really loves me. I mean, we've talked, and I but it's like he's my guru. I have a relationship with him, and he loves and accepts me unconditionally. And I just, it's beautiful. And he just helps me be me. And by him being himself fully, just inspires me. Yeah, he's just this really loving guy. Like, he's so loving, and he's just there to love you, like nothing else. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Hmm. And yeah, that is beautiful. I'm happy to hear all of that. Um, let me see. And what about Shalia too? Has Shalia helped you, relate to
Yeah.
the feminine too?
Yes. Oh my goodness, Shalia is great. Like, again, like a mother figure. I mean, I see them both together and just cry because I love them so much.
Mm,
But you know, Shalia's helped me. She's really just loved me and supported me completely.
mm,
And I'm great. I'm so grateful that we have gurus we have them, and like you know people that truly love us.
mm,
No matter what, and they just want to love us. There's no other agenda. Like, there's no other agenda. Just meeting them again and seeing them again in Toronto, and just having that little conversation with them, and hugging them, and just having an emotional, intimate moment. Like, it felt like Mother and Father God through them, and it's beautiful. Like, I'm so grateful for them, and they love so deeply. And yeah, and if you guys are watching this, I love you guys, and thank you again for everything that you do, because you guys are just amazing people. And thank you for just putting your whole heart into this community and loving all of us perfectly. Yeah, I love them, like, oh, so much.
mm, mm. Yeah. No, it's beautiful. Yeah, I love us too. We're a beautiful community.
Mhm.
And do you have any really memorable moments of when community members have helped you on your journey of like fully claiming your masculinity, your manhood?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. So my soul family, like, them just in general, they always like push me to be me. Keely and Kobe, again, they're very like, when I met Kobe for the first time, it was just like this strong father figure, like supportive, just there,
Mm,
and loving. Keely and Kobe are just, they're so amazing. they're so supportive and loving and caring, you know, and they push me. They push me. Like they're not these, oh, I'm gonna sugarcoat everything. Like, no, they push me and say, like, Drake, this is what, you know, you need to know. And they've just helped me so much and helped my union, and they're so insightful, and I'm just so thankful for them, you know, that I have them, and I feel them as mother and father God too, because they just, God comes through them so much to love me. And it's like, you know, they're not that they're my parents, but it's like, you know, those are the role models for me. Those are the ones that I look up to, and I know that are loving me unconditionally, and they're not there to hurt me or abuse me, you know. And it's just, I'm so thankful because you know, it's like I can just be myself completely, and I feel safe and loved. And yeah, it's just beautiful. Like if I didn't have this community, I would never met them, you know. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's some miraculous miracle, but you know, it's just, they're one call away or one text away. And just, yeah, just how greatly they love. It's just, yeah, it's just always a memorable moment. Like, you know, I have so many, and again, so many friends and people that support and love me and just accept me and understand me, you know. In the real world, I would always say, like, there's like nobody understands how I feel. Like, it's, you know, it's only trans people that understand. But like in this community, like these people know, they can feel it. They can like really, really empathize. I don't know how to say that word, but they know, they can feel it. And yeah, it's just beautiful. Like I don't have to say, oh, well, they don't understand. Like they don't know what I'm going through, because they do. Like they know. And yeah, it's just a lot of love that I experience. And you know, growing up, I didn't really have that. You know, I had support. My parents loved me, but it wasn't like this deep, unconditional, like pure love. You know, no one's ever showed that to me. And well, until I met my twin flame. And yeah, she just taught me so much and just really loved me. And you know, then I met this community, and it was just more love. And it's just beautiful, because like God loves us so much, like he really does. And yeah, I grew up thinking that like God was going to hate me, and I was going to be an abomination and banished to hell because I was trans. But like, you know, no, like God created me, and God loves me. So yeah.
And how has Twin Flames Universe helped you with your relationship with God? And did you have like a conscious relationship with God before Twin Flames Universe, or how was that actually? Yeah.
I was, growing up, I was religious. Like I went to church and stuff. But as I like transitioned, I stopped going, because it was always like, you know, I was kind of forced into a religion. I didn't really get to choose. And there was all these misaligned beliefs and misaligned conceptions about God and who God was. So it kind of like drew me away from that and religion. But you know, a few years after I started transitioning, I was saying like, I want to just have a relationship with God. Like I want to be spiritual. I want to get to know God better. You know, I was just feeling that call, and I was like, you know, God is not who people say he is. Like he's somebody else, like different. He's not this hateful God, you know. And after I said that, you know, I think it was like 3 months or 2 months later, I met my twin flame. So it was kind of like, yeah, like I unconsciously called in my twin flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, subconsciously. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I basically called it my relationship with God.
Yeah.
And
That's how it, Drake, that's how it happened with me too.
yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy, dude. But anyway, yeah, it was
Yeah,
like kind of like a healing where I made the choice without knowing it to be one with God, to be one with all.
exactly.
And then I met my twin flame 3 days later.
Hmm.
I wasn't fucking thinking about that, but it just happened.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We wanted to just be with ourselves and God, and then our twin flame was like, ooh, hello, you know?
right. And the twin flame is just a natural part of that, right? So,
Yeah, exactly.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what else I wanted to talk about too? I want to talk
Hmm.
about oppression and being
Cool.
one of the less than marginalized scum of the. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I, you know what I mean? But like, how
Right.
you know that there's that kind of mentality in among some people, and that's not to say that
Mhm.
you know I have compassion for people who have that mentality, and we're all healing from that mentality that we're
Exactly.
victims, right? But that we're oppressed. Have you ever felt that in your life? And if so, and then how did Twin Flames Universe like change that for you? You know what I mean? Like that feeling of like, oh, I'm a victim, I'm less than in society, people don't like me,
Right.
you know?
Hmm. Yeah, well, because I would always be afraid, like, oh my God, am I going to be murdered? Like, is someone going to beat me up? Like, that
Mm-hmm.
was my biggest fear. I was like, I don't want to die. Like, I'm just being myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I had like I'm a victim. Like, people are like, I'm going to march in pride and fuck you, everybody. Rah,
Right.
rah, rah. But like,
Yeah,
I
that's
realized, yeah, like I realized, this is us doing that is not helping. Like, it's creating more, not conflict, but more like just not the energy to unite us all. The energy we want to put out is everyone's equal. Like, there's no separation between trans people and cisgender people. Like, we're all one being. It's not this, I'm going to go over here in my separate side of the corner, you're going to go here. It's like, that's not how it is. And being in Twin Flames Universe has helped me see even more, like,
mm,
how one everybody is, and we're all God's children. There's no less than, there's no um lower class, so to speak. Like with it's kind of like the race war
yeah.
that happened. Like oh, well, these are the black people and they're not cool, and this. But it was just, we're all equal. Like, there's not this trans power or white power, black power. It's just the power of God. Like,
God's
the
power.
power of God. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's not this oppression, and I think that's what we're all healing. And like, again, like you said, I just have compassion for people that believe that, because it's like separation consciousness, and it just, again, that doesn't feel good to me. But as I feel like our duty, like, as trans people, is just to promote, like, we're all this equal, and just
Mhm.
helping other trans people who feel like, the victims, that no, we're all one. Like, we're in this together. We don't need to fight. To, like, why does it matter? Like, you look at someone and you can say, well, why does it matter if I don't have a penis? Like, why does it bother you so much?
Yeah.
Why is that a problem? Like, there's real problems out here, but you're focusing on my genitalia. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Again, or like, with the racism, like, you're focusing on someone's skin color. What is that? Like, why is that a problem?
Hmm.
But it's just, people are just uncomfortable, and that's okay. We have compassion. But yeah, I just feel empowered, like, to really spread the message of, oneness.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's what Twin Flames has helped me see, is just oneness, and everybody, and the God in everybody. Like, people can change, and and find God. Nobody has to be stuck in a mindset forever, like a negative mindset forever. Because we're all God's children, even the hateful and the racist people. We're all God's children, and we're all learning and coming to know God better. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a deep sink for me because I just right before this I wrote a big post on the open forum
Mhm,
about how I overcame racism in myself through Jeff and Shalia's work.
mhm,
And I'm so grateful because, it hurt me so much, right? To
mhm,
feel that kind of separation from people and like to feel like I was a bad person and
mhm.
to basically not like parts of myself. And worst
Right.
was to feel like it was impossible to overcome. Like
Mhm,
to believe that you're stuck with something bad forever is intolerable. And
mhm.
I always tried my best to, overcome it, but I was using mental games to try to like get myself out of that space, but that's just numbing
Right.
out. Like you can't numb out. Like if you have
No.
a feeling, you've got to embrace it and face it and bring love there. And that's what Jeff and Shalia teach. And it was only with their teaching that I was able to make any significant dent in my racist like feelings, like fears,
Mhm.
prejudices, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with being trans, it makes me feel so free because I don't feel like a social victim and I feel like I can be with anybody. And I keep going deeper. I have my upsets, of course, but like I
Yeah.
can pick up women passengers who, I used to be super envious and insecure when there was a woman with like, she's got like this huge ass and these tight jeans and her like these
Right.
big ass boobs like hanging out like for
Right.
all the guys to like, drool on and such. And I was just like, I'd be like, damn, I wish I was her. Angel will never like me,
Mhm.
like in Flame, for those who don't know. But I've healed so much. I'm just like, I know Angel is crazy about me. And when I pass by all these strip clubs and shit, I'm just like, he would never fucking go to that because I've healed.
Mhm.
Because I've healed and I know how precious and perfect I am for him and how attractive. And I know that for you, I feel that same thing. Like you're just like, yeah, I mean, despite any like illusions that may present themselves, like you know that you're the shit to fucking
Mhm.
Diamond. And like
Yeah.
nothing tarnishes that deep down, like, you know, nothing.
Yeah. Like she, again, she could do whatever, but it's just like,
Right.
I know how she feels. She looks at me, she blushes. She can deny it all she wants, but it's just me denying. It's me denying myself.
Yep.
You know, we love each other. We're perfect for each other. There's no other truth than that. It doesn't matter what the outside looks like, what is going through. Like the truth is I'm her man and she's my woman. There's nobody else for us. You know, and I'm still coming into that. Again, sometimes I have the, oh well, why can't I be Puerto Rican, or why can't I be this? But it's just like, again,
Interesting.
it's not about the race, not about the skin color, it's not about your body parts, it's about your soul, your the inside, who you are. That's who your twin flame knows. It's not this outside thing. It's not this outside thing. It's all about your soul. That's who your twin flame recognizes. Your twin flame's not going to go, oh, he has this about him. He has this body part. He's my twin flame. No, it's this is how he feels to me, and this is how I know he's my twin
Yep.
flame.
Right
Yeah,
on.
yeah. It's about like knowing yourself, and it's kind of funny because I always be like, oh, I want to be Puerto Rican, but like, so I mean, sometimes I'm just like, I mean, I guess I am like.
Wait,
It
what?
does. It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like you know, I'd be like, oh, well, the Puerto Rican guys are confident and they got this and they do that.
Oh,
But it's just like I have all those qualities too.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So,
It's I got the qualities. It doesn't matter about what looks on the outside. And I find myself like I guess I'd be like, well, I don't like these shoes. Like they wear like the Nikes and the this, and that's really not me. But like,
dude, you've got
as
a
I'm coming
Nike
more
on
into,
now.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said now as I'm like coming more into myself, I'm like, oh, I want these shoes, or I like the Nike shoes. So it's like, oh, I'm seeing like the connection of this is, you know, who I am, and this is like why she sees me, and like, you know, the Puerto Rican, she's just looking for me, you know.
Oh, because her hairbrush is Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and to be honest, I don't think she's with him anymore. I think it went
Oh.
away like fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
adios.
Yeah, the work works, everybody. The work works. It's
That's
very
cool.
fast. But yeah, it's just like realizing like she's looking for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm in all of the people, you know, and that feels good because it's like, yeah, I'm her twin flame. Like I'm the only person for her. And, you know, I'm realizing that deeper and deeper. And that's why, you know, again, the hairbrushes come and go. They come and go. Like it's never this thing. Like, you know, you heal your illusion and it's gone. You don't have to like wait for it to disappear. You just feel it and it's released. Like there's no like slow process. It's always a fast process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's always changing. Like like tomorrow, you don't know what tomorrow brings. It's always changing. You know, your twin flame could go to be married, and then 2 days later they're living with you. You know, there's no time. It's just you just heal and you love yourself, and that's it. You know, it's it.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. No, I just want to say, yeah, I feel the same way too, because I always, yeah, it's just that jealousy and envy. You think that someone has something that you want, and whether it is along gender lines or racial or even class, like money. But no, like I always thought, yeah, Angel, he wants some like black girl from the hood or some Hispanic girl with some like thick ass and who he can relate to. And I'm just like, no, like, first of all, like my ass is perfect. No, but it's just like when you heal, you see your perfection.
Right.
And second, you know, yeah, like I have some spice and sass and like loudness, but every woman can have that. You don't have to be fucking of color. And also like you can connect across perceived differences. It's called a compliment, not a carbon copy. Like we're different because it's juicy to us. It's the chemistry of the perfect harmony of same and different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, having a carbon copy of myself would be really boring.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Yeah.
I just be like, oh, we have no like, oh, what is this? Oh my god, you like, oh no. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm like, as I'm going deeper into myself, it's just like I have all these qualities that these people have. Like
Right.
I'm not, you know, they're not better than me. I'm not better than them.
Right.
But it was just like I was always feel like I'm not good enough. Like I don't have these things. Like this isn't me. Like I see why she's going with them. But now it's like, no, like I am these things. Like this is a part of who I am. You know, I'm good enough. I'm valuable. Like there's nobody out there that can top me because I'm her twin flame.
Yeah, and
You know?
it's definitely a double entendre there. Well, I
Yeah.
see that. Anyway, that's beautiful. And yeah, you got it. So there's one more topic that I feel called to cover too,
Mm-hmm.
and it's your life purpose. So do you feel like, so you told me before your life purpose, it includes like helping trans people on their spiritual journeys. Yeah, will you tell me more about that? Like, how do you conceive of your life purpose? Is it broadly ending oppression for people, or is it really trans focused? What do you see as your purpose with the diamond?
Well, I mean, I'm it's funny because I'm having like a lot of life purpose blocks at the moment, but in my heart, yeah, when I think about it with Diamond, I feel like, you know, she's going to be like, it's going to be like trans related, but it's like, you know, she's gonna like, I'm like, this is my woman, you know, she like being trans doesn't matter, and
Right.
it's just we're both teaching that, we're both embodying that, and yeah, I feel like just helping trans people and like showing them, getting them out of the victim mentality too, and just being like, no, like we're all equal, like just really preaching that and focusing on that. And maybe something musical, or music, because music is a big part of my life, and I like expressing myself through that. And Diamond and I love singing together, so maybe there's something there, Pride Parade singing, that would be fun. But it's just, I really just want to help people, and want to help people feel comfortable with themselves, and take them out of the victim mentality, and just preach, like, just love, and really just changing the world on how they view trans people, because we're not this separate being, like I said, we're not, well, we're going to go in this corner and we're going to go in that, like we're the same as you. Why should it matter? I feel like if someone would ever to come up to me and just be like, you're not a real man because you got this, and I'd be like, why does it matter? Like, why does this affect you so much? It's just an upset they're having with them.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would love to do that too. Like, kind of not call people out, but like, hey, what are you upset about? Let me help you heal. Instead of arguing, because I know maybe a lot of trans people would like argue back, but like me, I would want to kind of help them understand more and be like, hey, we're equal. What's your upset? Let me help you heal. Just ending that. But I feel that's my life purpose, and just really like being in touch with your body and like your health, and just feeling good, and really just embodying, loving yourself, like being a role model for that, and just confident, like, hey, this is how this is how I'm living. Like, you can have all this too, and I can teach you,
Yeah, man. Oh, yes. Thank you for sharing, hun. It's beautiful. I feel us. I think I want to ask. Do you have any like final message for people on this journey who are watching this video right now? What would you say to them to bring light to their whole like situation and their like trans journey and such?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So whoever's watching this video, whatever time, whatever day, whatever year.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm famous, maybe I'm not. But if you're watching this, I just want to let you know that it gets better. You're not stuck in this place of hell. You're not going to be abandoned. You're not going to be abused. You're not a victim. You don't have to be depressed and feel like you can't be yourself, because you can, and you're safe to do that, and it's safe to be yourself and embody who you are. You don't have to dim yourself out. You don't have to push away who you truly are to please other people. Your life is for you and you only. You don't have to live your life in the shadow of other people. Just be you. Be confident. Embrace yourself. This journey is all about loving yourself and finding yourself and finding God. And just love yourself unconditionally. Like, you're perfect the way you are. You are created perfectly, and you're divine. You have something that is unique about you. You're so loved by God. God is, cheering you on. He's like your cheerleader. He's your biggest fan. He's not leaving you or hating you. He created you, and you don't have to believe in this horrible God anymore. You don't have to feel like God doesn't love you, because he does. And he wants everything for you. He wants you to have everything. And you can. And you can have your perfect partner. You can have your perfect life. You can be rich. You can be whatever you want to be. You don't have to be small or, cower away from what you truly want because you feel like it's not possible, because it is. And, you're powerful.
Mm.
and you are inspiring and courageous and strong. And yeah, that's what makes you you. And if you're going through something that's seems hard and you're not going to get out of it, just know that at the end of all this hurt is love, and to just keep choosing love, keep having faith. You know, maybe you don't really have a good relationship with God, maybe you don't really trust him. Just choose in your heart to trust him. Just really, take some time right now, pause the video and just pray to him, just talk to him.
Mm.
Let him know how you feel. Just let it all out. Talk to him. You can tell him that you're mad at him, and he's not gonna shun you or ignore you. He's always listening, and he's there to love you. Just let him in your heart. Let him talk to you and guide you, because God is going to get you out of whatever situation you're in, and you will get yourself out of the situation too, because God's within you and he's working through you. So just persevere, have faith. Like, you're not going to, like I said, you're not going to be stuck forever. There's so much love waiting for you and waiting to be felt and experienced. So just accept it and embrace that, call that in and claim it, because it's yours. Love is here for you. Love is always here, and you just have to choose it. So choose love, choose yourself, and choose God. And the universe will move behind you and support you perfectly. And yeah, just remember, you are so loved. You are so loved. Yeah.
Mm. Wow, thank you. Yeah,
You're
so
welcome.
I feel so loved right now. Thank you for being a mouthpiece for God's perfect love, Drake. Thank you for, agreeing to do this with me and co-create this with me and God and share this with everybody. You're doing
Mhm.
everyone a beautiful service. It's been amazing, and it's been lovely to get to know you more. I love you so much, and my heart's overflowing with everything that you've shared today, and the beauty of it, the peace. Oh, I know it's going to help so many people. So for that, I'm grateful forever. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for giving this opportunity. I really appreciate it. It feels good to share myself more and just kind of embody more of who I'm meant to be. And yeah, it feels good to like just claim this role more and take that on, because yeah, I just want to help people, just want to love people, and
Mm.
and yeah, it's been an honor. So thank you.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just you, and you're welcome. So there we are. There we have it. Drake Minori, certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe, spoken with us today. And yeah, next up we'll have Charlie Santini, also a member of Twin Flames Universe, open up about his journey, how he transitioned with the help of Twin Flames Universe. So look out for that video next week on the Twin Flames Universe channel. Hold on, I need to put it in gallery view because you're doing cool things, Drake. You're being cute. So look out for that video next week on our Twin Flames Universe channel of Charlie Santini. And yeah, so this series will continue on until we run out of trans people and gay people, which might not be ever. The fountain of rainbows, it overfloweth. It overfloweth. So anyway, yeah, thank you, honey. Yeah, see you next time on Coming Home to Ourselves with Sage Woodward, certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. Now, God bless you, my brother, in Christ, and God, thank you. And I wish you well on your day and your life purpose and Twin Flame journey. So God be with you. Yeah.
And also with you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Goodbye.